this is Cathy Cassidy. I am here again to read you another chapter of Scarlett. And I'm outside in the garden. It's quite early and it's really sunny and beautiful, but it's also quite breezy today, so who knows what might happen. I've left the dogs inside, so hopefully they're not going to pester me today, but you never know. You never really know. So I had a few shout outs to do today, and they are to Driftink, Bren, Marie, Ella Ann, Delilah and Joey, Nicola and Amelie, Jade, Audrey in the Philippines, Benita in Kenya, and George, who says he hasn't been read to since junior school, which really made me smile. So everybody who's listening and watching along, you are all welcome, and I really hope that you're enjoying the story. And just before I start, some of you will have noticed there is a theme. Whenever Kian is around, he likes to pick wild mint and chew it a little bit, and that sort of minty smell kind of follows him around. And I'm actually sitting in a big patch of mint at the moment, so it's kind of making me think a little bit about Kian. So we're on chapter 18, here we go. My project folder takes shape. I've painted a map of Loch Coyle, complete with hills, woods, farmland. I've marked the altitude of the ridges I climbed the day I walked cross-country from Killimore. I've mapped in Dad's cottage and the lanes. I have sketched pages and pages of wildflowers, ivy, wild strawberry and honeysuckle from the woods, yellow flag, ragged robin and wild mint from the loch side. I know their names in Latin, English and Gaelic. I have a graph to show the temperature and rainfall, so I know that this summer is shaping up for a heat wave, hot and dry. Every day I hang out by the loch, ploughing through dusty old library books on the long, sad history of Ireland. I'm also reading legends of long-gone heroes, warriors, giants, magical princesses with golden hair and cheeks the colour of foxgloves. They're as crazy as any story that Kian might tell, and beautiful too. This is wonderful stuff, Scarlett, Claire says one evening, flicking through my folder. More than wonderful, Dad agrees, his eyes shining with pride. See what you can do when you try. I shrug and smile and pretend I couldn't care less. Holly and I are holed up in the sky blue bedroom. I'm writing about an old Irish legend for my project folder, about a wicked stepmother who turns her husband's children into swans and leaves them to flounder around above the Irish Sea for hundreds of years. Holly is making a poster from a bit of white card, sketching out the letters and filling them in with vivid rainbow colours. It's the first day of the school holidays, and Holly has painted her lips blue with my eye pencil to celebrate. She looks cute but sinister, the kind of Halloween trick-or-treater who'd pelt your window with eggs for handing out the wrong kind of sweets. Scary look, I tell her. Claire'll go mad. Nah, Holly says, she likes it that we're friends. Wish I could dye my hair like you though, and pierce my tongue. I will when I'm older. No way, Holly, I snap, surprised at myself. It's not like having your ears pierced, you know. It hurts, like crazy. Tell me, Holly says. I sigh. It started out as a dare. My friends dressed me up and shoveled on the makeup to make me look loads older. Like I said, Em's big brother worked in the tattoo place. He did it. Did it bleed? Holly asks, eyes wide. Buckets, I tell her. Well, a bit. But the pain, it was unreal. My tongue was all swollen and Em tried to give me ice cream to eat to cool it down, but I couldn't eat it. I was sick all over my shoes. It was a nightmare. I really wanted to cry, Holly, it hurt that much, but I never cry no matter what. I know, Holly breathes. Em took me home on the tube and Mum was furious, but she couldn't say too much because she could see how sick I was. She put me to bed and gave me ice cubes to suck, and I had to take 3 days off school. She kept trying to make me take it out, but there was no way I was going to do that after all I'd been through. I was lucky it didn't get infected. "Ew," says Holly. "Sounds awful." "If you want to get something pierced, stick to your ears," I tell her. "That's not so bad. Well, not normally. I had a friend in London who did it herself with a darning needle and an ice cube. Scary. I was there, and I just about fainted." "Seriously?" Holly gawps. "Seriously. Bad news." "Ears are boring," Holly says. "If it wasn't a tongue, then maybe I could get a pierced nose or eyebrow." "Yeah, right," I laugh. "You're 9 years old, Holly. Nobody would do that kind of piercing for a 9-year-old. "But—" "No buts," I tell Holly. "Don't even think about copying me. That whole piercing thing was a big mistake. Believe me, it caused a whole bunch of trouble. The crazy thing is, I don't even miss it." I stick out my tongue and Holly looks so solemn that I cross my eyes and squash my nose up with a finger to make her laugh. Then we're both laughing, tickling each other and rolling around on the patchwork quilt until we're breathless, grinning. Holly goes back to her poster, a sign for the cottage gate to advertise free-range eggs and fresh veggies to passing tourists. "So," I say carelessly as I watch her paint, "tell me about the other kids in this dump. You know, kids my age." "Kids," Holly echoes. "There are no kids around here. Only Ross and Matty in Killimore, and you've met them already. It's dead quiet." "Yeah, well, I'd gathered that," I say. "There must be others, though, other boys. I thought I saw a dark-haired boy on a horse the other day when I was down by the loch. The horse was big and black with feathery cream feet, and the boy wasn't much older than me." "A boy on a horse?" Holly frowns. "Don't know who that could be. Matty has an older brother, Paddy, same ginger hair and freckles, but no horse. And then there's Kevin Fahey, very shy, smells of cough sweets. He's hoping to be a priest one day. Kian has black hair and his breath smells like the wild mint that grows along the loch. I think of how we squashed together in the rainstorm under the wishing tree, laughing, shivering, his cool cheek against mine. "I think this is a different boy," I say. "Must be a tourist then," Holly shrugs, "or a city boy staying with family for the summer. Where did you say you saw him?" "By the loch the other day," I say vaguely. "He could be a traveller," Holly exclaims. "You know, an Irish gypsy. They camped up by the loch last year, a whole bunch of them. 5 big trailers, top of the range, and a couple of trucks and horse boxes. They had some ponies and a couple of skinny, scruffy dogs." "No," I tell Holly, he can't be. He'd have said." Holly raises one eyebrow. "You've spoken to him?" I flush pink, flopping back on the bed to gaze at the ceiling. "Maybe just once or twice," I admit. "Once or twice?" Holly squeals. "Scarlett, this is why you're always down at the loch. You've hooked up with some gorgeous traveller lad." "You're not going to tell anyone, are you?" I panic. "Of course not," Holly scoffs. "I'm great at keeping secrets." "Okay," I say, chewing my lip. "It's nothing anyway, Holly. We're just friends, and I don't think he's a gypsy. He's really cool, but, well, I don't really know much about him." "So ask," Holly says. "What's the problem?" "No problem," I argue. "We just don't talk about stuff like that." For the first time ever, this strikes me as slightly weird. "I know his name. Kian," I offer. "Kian? No, he's not local," Holly says. "I'll ask Roz, she'll know. Her family have been in Killimore forever." I sit up, eyes wide. "Holly, no," I whisper. "Don't tell Ross. Don't tell anyone. What if Dad and Claire found out? They'd think he was trouble. They wouldn't understand." "No?" Holly pouts. "Oh well, don't stress, Scarlett. My lips are sealed. It's so romantic." "You think?" I grin. "Definitely. I can't wait to meet him." I chuck a pillow at her, laughing. "You are not meeting him," I exclaim. No way, seriously, no way. We'll see, she laughs. And that was chapter 18, of Scarlett. And a couple of readers, I think Natalie and possibly Francesca and Sophia, have been speculating in the comments on the YouTube channel, is Kian real? Is he a real boy, or is he something that, Scarlett has just imagined? Or is he one of the fairy folk? What could he be, And I really like that you're asking that question. And I'm not actually going to tell you the answer because, spoilers. Who wants spoilers in the middle of a story? But I love that you're picking up on that idea that there is something slightly different and unusual about Kian, and even Holly is kind of questioning, who could he be? So maybe you'll find out, maybe you can work it out for yourself as the story rolls along. I hope you're going to join me tomorrow for another chapter of Scarlett. And it's been lovely sitting reading to you. I've got some plants behind me called green alkanet, which the bees really, really love in our garden. And we have a hollow tree trunk just kind of that away, where bees have made a kind of, I don't know, not really a hive, but they all seem to live there. And they come and buzz and hang around by the mint and the green alkanet. And it's been lovely sitting reading with the bees just buzzing around me. And I've got a rose tree just above me as well that's blowing in the breeze. And it's early on, so it's not too hot yet. And it just feels perfect. I hope that even in the lockdown, you are managing to find just a tiny little bit of perfect in your day. Wherever you find it, whatever it is, that can make all the difference. And I hope you will join me again tomorrow for another chapter of Scarlett, our little bit of escapism. See you then.